Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Dice Tower News. I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Z Garcia.
I'm Joey Evans.
Hey, so a lot of things are going on. We're back here. The studios are coming together. Still a lot of work to do. But one thing we're also working on, we are now, since we're no longer in Miami and we're in Fort Myers, we are 1 hour closer to Orlando. Did you know that?
I did. Yes.
Epic Universe.
And why am I looking for that? Not because of Epic Universe, which opens this weekend.
Does it really?
Yes.
Do not go this weekend.
Why?
The tickets are probably sold out.
That would be a disaster. I mean, they have an area for a 5-hour line for Harry Potter. Tell me. That can't ever happen, right?
So guess what? You're hijacking. Why would you want to go to Orlando? Not because of stupid Universal Studios.
Buffets.
Because Dice Tower East.
Oh, yeah.
That's right, baby. No 5-hour waiting. You can play. You know how many games you can play during those 5 hours? Depending on who you are, one. But if you play with me, more than that.
And here's the thing.
Great.
Talking about waits. One of the best things about Dice Tower East is there's practically no wait. The longest you'll wait in line for a ticket is like 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's true.
You can come the night before and get your tickets. You can come that day and get your tickets, and then you walk in. You know how long you have to wait to get in the library? None.
0 minutes.
Yeah.
You're going to be
Just get
playing.
in there and play some games. So DicetowerEast.com. Check it out. It's going to be great. I'm very excited about it. I've not thought about it for a couple weeks. We're moving.
I think about it all the time.
Obviously not.
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Dark Universe Evans over there. Yeah.
Well, Dark Universe, I like that.
You like that?
I do.
You can
All
have
right.
that.
So we don't got a ton of news today, but some interesting things. So let's get the bad news out of the way first.
Bad news bears.
All right. CMON. So CMON, the internet seems to be full of glee and hoping that CMON fails, which I find a very oddity.
I am not.
There are a lot of Kickstarters out, but they have never not delivered. All their stuff has always been on time. So I retain faith.
I would be careful about saying that it's all been on time, but they have always delivered.
On time is incorrect. It's all been
Delivered.
in
Yes.
full. You're
In
correct.
full, yes.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. You're right. They have definitely let some employees go because they're in a holding pattern. Some of their stuff's going to be stuck in China with everyone else. Yes. But they said that they're going to not do any new Kickstarter stuff till they get some of their other stuff delivered.
Right.
And this
That
honestly,
to me is kind of holding pattern news more than anything else.
this is honestly a bit respectable saying let's catch up. Give us a moment to catch our breath.
Yes, right. And it's, it's, again, the new development is what they're kind of pressing pause on. And those people then that would do that job, unfortunately, they don't have anything for those people to do, which is bad news. There's also the report here about their earnings. They issued a warning for a loss, I think a month or two ago.
Oh, they did?
They kind of let you know. I guess in business, they're like, we're going to lose money. Nobody panic. We're expecting between 1.4 and 2.1 million in losses. Well, it's like 3 million.
Yeah.
Which, unfortunately, blows away their profit from the last 2 to 3 years.
See, here's the thing. Have they not watched Star Trek? You got to say, we could lose between 3.2 and 4 million. It's like, hey, it wasn't that bad. It was 3 million.
I agree.
But they overshot it.
I agree. That's how it's done. Yeah. That's how the communists do it.
That is.
They're like, there will be no rice this month. And everybody panics. And they're like, just kidding. A cup of rice per household. And everybody goes, yay.
I did not think it could get darker, but you took it darker.
Sorry. I grew up a hungry little kid.
Oh, my goodness.
All righty. Well, anyway, we'll hope for the best here. But there's nothing anyone can do here. And in the good news in this category, since they're not doing anything new, you don't have to sit there and go, should I back this or not?
Yeah.
Just let's wait and see. White Death, Zombicide White Death is being delivered as we speak. That's what I understand. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Last bit on this regard, too. The op has been hit by this, too. They told the New York Times. I didn't read the article because there was a paywall, and I'm just not paying for that. But from what other people have said from the article, the games were shipped when the tariffs were 20%, but now that they're 145, they're turning them around. Now, Op is probably best known for making various versions of Monopoly for many people, but they've made a lot of good games. They've been a sponsor of us. We played many of their interesting games. In fact, they have that, what's that cooperative game they just published?
The
What about stealing art? Oh, yeah, the art project.
Is that the one
With
we're
Vincent
thinking
Dutray
of?
artwork. It's, that's a pretty good
Love
game.
that game. Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
But they got caught in the water, right? That's the thing. The ships
Yeah.
got caught in the water, so they got here and they were like, send them back to China.
I mean, this affects us. We order a lot of our stuff for our Game Found. It comes from China, and I haven't ordered it yet because. So we'll wait and see. All right. In surprising news here to some degree, Tabletop Tycoon, who you may not know this company. I don't think their name is as well known, but you know their biggest game, which is Everdoe. And then their second biggest game, which is also Everdoe. And all their games Everdoe. Although we just did a game for them, War of Whispers, in the Winter Spectacular.
That's right, yeah. Which I guess
Spectacular, sorry.
is a big seller because it got an expansion, which is what we played.
Yeah.
Well, the reason we're talking about them is they have bought Canvas. So Canvas is from R2I Games, which is the new name of that company. They changed Road to Infamy to R2I. Sure. So Canvas is easily their biggest seller. Last year, their biggest thing was Fromage, which is doing very well. But so they're selling Canvas to Tabletop Tycoon. I guess they. That's pretty much all I know. So.
This is
we'll see
one
what happens.
I have not played, but it looks really pretty.
It's a very, very light family game.
Is it? Okay.
Transparent cards that you sort of stack up.
It's one of those games where the theme can almost overtake the playing of the game, where you're like, this is not the best card to put in this, but I want my painting to look cool.
That's probably where I'd land on it.
Yeah.
You know, it's well produced.
Alrighty.
This is interesting.
This is interesting. So you can now own a piece of BackerKit. BackerKit sent this email out to everybody, I think now. They sent it out to some people. They were like, hey, guess what, Tom? You're in the top 0.6% of...
Well, that's what that email was. I ignored it. I got that email, too, and I was like, what is this about being in the top 0.6? Whatever.
If you add up all the Dice Tower campaigns,
that's probably
we're in the top
it.
0.6%. Woo!
Wow.
That's amazing.
But not enough to be in that 0.5. It's so specific.
I want to be in that 0.5%.
They wanted to include somebody. Somebody was fringe.
They could have said
and they were
1%,
like,
and I would have been like, wow.
good point. 1% would have been.
1% would have been
I agree.
fine.
Don't
Yeah.
break it down smaller than that. You sound just petty.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they're raising an equity crowdfunding. This is the second time I've seen this in the board gaming world. The last time I saw it, and it did not end well, was Tasty Minstrel Games did it. Remember?
No, I don't.
Way back in the day, Tasty Minstrel, you could buy it, but so people bought into it, and well, those people lost their money because Tasty Minstrel's no longer around. BackerKit, one of the things they said in their little booklet they set out, they're like, one of the things we're known for is Pledge Manager. Like, we invented the Pledge Manager, we perfected it. That was their line.
Okay.
Wow.
But to be fair, they are probably the best Pledge Manager out there. From a user endpoint, I find them the easiest to use.
They are so good at Pledge Manager, I keep forgetting that there are projects out there.
Yeah, and unfortunately, in that
name.
regard, they are definitely a distant third in the board gaming back and forth.
They did announce they had some nice growth, some good percentages of growth
They did.
year over year, but
I did
yes,
look at their
distant
books,
third still.
and they've lost money the last 2 years. Not a ton of money, and it's be expected that companies will lose some money because you are
Investing in
and then the
different
people are
areas.
getting paid and things like that. I don't know that I would invest in this though. So, but anyway, who knows?
I'll forward you my email if you want, and you have it twice.
Thank you.
What are the stretch goals if you invest?
Alrighty. Hashet has bought 9.99 games. So 9.99 games. There's a
lot of
people
games they
buying there. That's true.
There's
It's
room for
they call
one
it the
more.
leading Dutch publisher of board games. I'm not 100% sure on that. I was going to tell you some of the 9.99 games, and I didn't put any here, did I? Well, let me pull it up here on my phone.
They publish a lot of stuff that you would recognize as being from other publishers, to be fair.
You mean reprints or what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So they publish a lot of really big games from other publishers.
You're right, and that's one thing I wish that
they have a
BGG
few
would
games.
differentiate like original publisher, because
That would be great if you could
Spirit
actually-
Island, Great Western Trail, Wingspan.
Yeah, those
Wow.
are not. Yes, they
Oh,
publish
okay.
those there, but
Distribute?
no, it's called publishing.
Is it really? Okay.
I mean,
because they're publishing them in the Dutch in the Dutch country. I don't know why I'm saying the Dutch country. In Holland.
In the Dutch country. It's beautiful. Oh, look at all this Dutch country.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
Anyway, I've seen 999 games before. Yeah, we've seen them. That's interesting. That it's a smaller sort of acquisition, not kind of like when Asmodee was buying up everybody. It seemed, but still, these things do still happen.
All right. Hey, it's time for talk about some awards. The Mensa Select Awards have happened. So there's a 4-day board gaming marathon. What they do is they get together a bunch of people from Mensa. If you're in Mensa, you can go to this. You
I usually do.
And you sit there and you play games, and then you vote on them. So it kind of does tend to not work towards long games.
Correct.
Although their selection has been getting better year over year. They used to be Mensa Select, and we'd all laugh like, these people are supposed to be smart. But the Mensa Awards are Aquata, City of Umbrellas, and Diatomes, both of which are fun, interesting pattern games. I think Diatomes is probably better. Hutan, which we pretty new for them to have given an award to.
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
We just played that in the Spring Spectacular. We'll be reviewing it soon.
I think Mary Curie was an award winner before. Or is that a brand new one too?
Darwin, I think. Was
Darwin.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah. It was a Marie Curie, which is a very different game, actually.
Yes.
Farms Race Deluxe Edition. We've not played that one. I think it has something to do with farming, but there's also like
is that a nuke back there?
Yeah, that's like it's farms race.
I get it.
Get it?
Oh.
Treasures of Dragon. And then Plundering Times. The thing that interested me about Plundering Times is the publisher, Simply Fun. And I keep forgetting they exist.
They exist, man. They'll come to your house. They'll show you their Tupperware. You can buy it.
Yeah, so I don't know how often it must still happen.
I want to find out. I want to go on their website and find out if I can sign up.
Well, we're now in a new city. Here's your chance. You can become a Simply Fun
they don't know who
representative.
You are. Yeah.
You go to people's houses, you have a party, and you sell games.
It's like
you say Tupperware now, but what's
like the ladies.
What's the food one everyone does now?
Blue Apron.
Is that really a thing?
Not Blue Apron.
No, the one you show up at people's house and you give them food.
The parties where you buy.
What about the makeup people? The Mary Kay people? They're
Mary
the same thing,
Kay,
right?
That's it. Yeah, you show up. You show people like, you're a representative.
They buy pots and pans. My wife goes to one every 2 months, and then
Tupperware?
No.
Oh, you're talking about Kaufland.
Is that even a word?
All right, I don't remember what it's called.
I
want to say it's Top Chef, but it's not Top Chef.
Man, Top Chef, and they all fight for the pots.
Oh, I would do that at my house.
I was hoping someone would tell us in comments, but
tractor racing, that's it.
Rubbermaid.
Pampered Chef, that's what it is. Sorry.
Wait, Pampered Chef? That's what it's called?
Here's the thing, though. Pampered Chef, every time my wife goes, she shows me the catalog, and I always order a couple things because they have some really good spices and things like that I really like.
You're a simple man, Tom.
Anyway.
Show this man a spice.
I was like, I could have a bunch of people in my house and no one buys anything. Which is not true because they come our way to play board games and people are like, I should buy that. That's true. I don't get a cut of it, though.
It's not a good business plan you have.
All right. Anyway, congratulations to all these winners. And let's go next. Pilgrims. This is coming from Pink Troubadour. So Pink Troubadour, I believe they were a new company as of last year.
Yeah, they had a couple of nice games already though. They had Galileo Galilei, that was them.
Yep.
Oh, that was
a very different cover than this one.
They had that little like Mad Maxian one. I think you played with the cards.
Which one?
It was this little card game, kind of a push your luck little card game. Dust and Glory or something like that. Dirt and
Glory. Yeah,
something
that was
like that.
Yeah. Wow,
anyway, Pilgrims here. Yeah, it's based on a video game. So have you guys played the video game for this?
No.
It's like a point and click adventure kind of thing.
Okay.
It's on like you can play on Apple TV Arcade or whatever.
Really?
Apple
Have
Arcade.
You played it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cute. It looks just like this. It kind of looks like the.
Did you beat it?
Squiggly art?
No, I did not get that far. But it's one of those like go talk to this person and they go.
I like that.
And they give you like a string, and then you're like, huh. Your guy makes weird grunting noises. You go somewhere else, and some guy's like, he wants a string, and he'll give you an apple. And you do this like eventually you make a whole fishing line, and you got a fish, and it's goofy, it's cute.
I like that stuff.
So this is a family-friendly board game from same designer. And actually, no, I'm sorry, not from the same designer. The designer is also the artist, Radim Jorda, and he's known for a board game Insula and a puzzle video game called Creeks.
Yeah.
Is that the game you're talking about?
No, I'm talking about Pilgrims.
Okay, so anyway,
this is a video game, but Creeks is another video game with that same look.
This is a family-friendly board game for 1 to 4 players, 60 minutes, and you're exploring a world that's made from a 5x5 grid of cards. So you're wandering there, finding characters who will join your party, get items, and complete challenges. And it says it's not directly adapting the video game, but it's just kind of like inspired by the video game.
I'm in. I want to check this out.
This is coming out at the Essen Fair this fall. All right. So the last piece of news we have are all from... sorry, not yet. We're not there yet, almost. Calliope Games has announced Martian Dice. It's been a while since we've seen one of these dice-type games. Steve Jackson used to come out with one every year,
Mars
right?
Attack, that was him too, right? Mars Attack, the dice game?
Well, I looked up when I saw this piece of news. I Googled zombie dice, which is not from Scott Alms.
Right.
And so I don't know this one. I don't know the Scott Alms one, but I'm guessing it's a similar idea, right? Roll, push your luck, right? Try to get specific faces on there.
This was already printed in 2011 by Tasty Minstrel.
It's like one of his oldest games, Scott Alms' oldest games that they're reprinting.
I must have played it then. Who knows?
You must have played it.
All right, anyway, it's coming. It's going to be a cheap little game.
Yeah.
Also, Bugs Buddy.
Lawyers are like, we'll allow it.
Lawyers are like,
you better speak slop.
Hey, I was like, careful. Not public domain yet.
Helvetique. This is coming out May 16th, so 2 weeks from today-ish or so. Anyway, you're protecting butterflies, bumblebees, and small creatures. You're trying to become a hero in the bug world. You're placing stuff in columns, and you want to be the first person to run out of cubes and win. $22. 20 minutes. Small game. I bet you we're going to be talking about a lot of small games for the next several years.
Yes.
Okay. Now we have stuff. This is the rest of our news is from CGE. So their new game at CGE is Wispwood.
That's a cover right there. I like that cover.
That is a nice cover.
Yeah, you are you're in a magical place populated by wisps, and you're going to pick wisp tiles and shapes to put in your personal grid, your own forest.
I love it when a description goes right from theme right into mechanisms. You're in a magical forest covered in wisps. A cat approaches you and suddenly he says, "Would you like a shape you can fit into a grid?" And it's like, what happened? You hear the gears grinding in my gearbox.
I am not excited about this because it's like put your stuff into a grid and match patterns and score points. And I'm like, I've seen that so many times. I can't even say that properly.
I like the cover. I don't know if it's going to be I know it's a brand new designer. There is that. So there's always promise there.
More exciting. Galaxy Trucker. Do what? So this is the second expansion for Galaxy Trucker, kind of. Originally there was Galaxy Trucker, then there was a big expansion and a bigger expansion.
Yeah, I thought there were multiples.
Yes, but this is now this is the second expansion for the second edition.
Okay.
So this is... Anyway. In this one, there's going to be missions that might quite literally blow your mind.
Literally?
I don't think that's a dangerous game.
I think it's illegal use of the word literally.
I think they mean the character in the game will literally have his mind blown.
Oh, that's
really dark. I thought this was kind of a light family game.
I don't know. Every time I played this game, everyone on my ship has died. So.
All right.
Anyway, there's going to be new things to do. There's also going to be VIPs you can go. There's going to be smuggling goods, hiding things.
I'm liking that.
They also have a new chill mode in which you take turns instead of the real time.
Really?
I didn't see that at all. There's no way I would play that.
I did see that. It's an optional,
people have asked. Some people have asked for that. The ones that do Captain Sonar turn-based. Those are the ones.
All right. And finally, and I'm very excited about this, SETI, and this sounds like the exact...
Space what?
The exact kind of expansion that I want. It's going to add 3 more aliens, because the original game came with 6, so 3 more aliens. When you play the game, there are 2 aliens in the game. You don't know what they are. You're discovering them, meeting them, and then they change rules, so this adds a bunch more stuff to that.
That's enough. Say no more.
Yeah, that's enough.
That's all you need. It's more aliens.
It also adds 24, I think, more cards.
Okay.
asymmetrical organizations.
Like
Let's
that?
Huge fan of that.
Huh?
And then it's going to add quick start cards, which lets you skip the slower opening round and dive straight into the action. We don't want to call this Prelude.
SETI Prelude.
Okay.
You're ripping people off.
No, I love stuff like that.
Yeah, I do too.
That's been around for a while. Like even Twilight Imperium has a quick start mode.
Do they?
A lot of games have done
Yeah,
that.
where that's like, so for the first round, everyone just goes to the planets next to them and conquers them. So they're like, just start that way. So you just conquer the stuff next to you and get some money, and you skip. You save like an hour doing it.
Oh, that might be worth it then.
Which game is this?
Twilight Imperium. There's like a quick start
You know
mode.
it is TI4.
Oh, yes, of course. Let's go. Why are we not playing that with this sped up starting?
Yeah, it takes like an hour and a half with that.
Was there a way for it to end quicker, too? Something you can do at the back end.
Delude.
I don't know. Finally, the last thing this expansion adds, it says a signal tokens, a subtle but meaningful new mechanism that enhances scanning efficiency. And since I think scanning was, as far as I can tell from other people also, the weakest part of the game,
They
this
fixed
definitely
it.
feels like a
They were
fix.
like, we got you. We tweaked it.
Yeah.
This is, I very rarely am excited nowadays for expansions, but I'm pretty pumped about
I am
this.
too.
Okay,
I
nice.
really like SETI, and I think the asymmetrical thing is probably the thing I'm most excited about. I like powers, you know.
Yep.
And it all fits in the same box. It does
It all
not.
comes in a box.
It does come in a box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a second box, but
Yeah. All right. Well, there you go, folks. That is the news. The next piece of news should be we'll see you at Dice Tower East.
That's
Yeah,
right. Okay.
buddy.
It's gonna be
And
good.
do what? Play games.
Yeah, here's the deal, folks. Our games that we have right now in the library aren't being shipped from anywhere. You don't got to worry about that. They're here.
and
ready to
they're
play.
tricked out.
Many of them, yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They will literally blow your mind.
Boom. You be walking out like, what happened? But I can figure.
Well, no, you wouldn't be able to think that much.
That's true.
Okay. Have you seen Scanners? Anyway,
Such a good movie.
thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Z Garcia.
I'm Joy Evans.
See you soon.
At East.
Hey folks, thanks for joining us for that video. If you haven't yet, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hey, make sure you check out what's happening where I'll cover an app on an iOS or a Switch device, and you can check it out along with me. Thanks very much. You've been watching The Dice Tower.